everybody. Welcome to the YouTube Lead Gen Show, hosted by Kristina Smallhorn and myself, Malcolm Lawson. Kristina and I have generated, what have we done? We've generated millions and millions of views on YouTube, hundreds of thousands of subscribers on YouTube. Most importantly, hundreds of thousands of dollars in commission that we earn from leads that we generate from our real estate YouTube channels. And on this show, we mastermind about using YouTube in our real estate business. Kristina, how are you doing today?
I'm so good, I can't stand myself.
That's pretty damn good. That's pretty damn good.
So it's hot here in Louisiana, hot and humid. It literally went from 80 degrees to 98 degrees in one day. It was like 83. I'm like, I can handle this. Very next day, 98, and it's been like 98 every single day ever since then. It is so hot. Miserable hot. So
that is not good. Well, I think I screwed up this live stream, and the Facebook one went down, but it's still up on YouTube. I need to add this in. But you know what?
Okay.
Oh man, I screwed this all up.
Did you really?
Yeah. Well, it expired on Facebook. All right, so I got to add it back to the Facebook group. Add it back to here. Boom. Here we go. Now it's going back in. Ignore all that. All right.
We're not going to redo the intro, are we?
Should we? We could.
No, let's not redo the intro.
All right. I think we're good.
It was Malcolm's fault.
My battery died. Technical issues with my camera.
And I could have put on a better version of my face waiting for you all this time.
Well, she revealed the secret today that when she doesn't feel like putting on a lot of makeup, she just puts on her glasses so you can't see any of the detail.
Yeah, all the pores and the craters. I don't want to scare small children. That's the whole thing.
All I see is this reflection of purple in your glasses.
Yeah, because I don't have any you can see all the dark circles and stuff. So
hold on, let me make
now that the secret's out, who cares? Now that the secret's out, who cares, right?
All right, so today we got two pretty cool announcements that I'm pretty excited about, and then we're gonna do some YouTube channel evaluations and help you guys out with your channels. And by all means, if you guys have any questions along the way, feel free to post them down below. I'll be happy to answer that.
You won the lottery, huh?
No.
Oh, I thought that was your good news.
All right, so I'll give you the second announcement. Kristina and I are heading down to a YouTube mastermind tomorrow down in Zion National Park, which is really awesome. We're hosted by Daryl Eves, and a bunch of huge YouTubers are going to be there. Kristina's sharing a room with. Tell us who you're sharing a room with.
Oh, there's a larger YouTube channel. She offered. She's like, "Oh, they'll pay for it," and I was like, "Cool, yeah, Six Sisters stuff."
Yeah, and I've heard of them. And yeah, you're telling me they've got 700,000 plus subscribers on their channel, and they've got an entire business around that, which is really awesome.
Jerry says so. I airbrushed my last thumbnail.
All right, hold on. I got to pull that up now. I want to see this. So yeah, that's kind of one big thing I'm excited about is, and I finally get to meet Kristina. I've been masterminding.
I just realized that we've never met in person.
No.
That is so weird. And the funniest part, everybody, Malcolm forgot about this trip. Apparently, he just booked his ticket 3 days ago.
Yeah, I've been getting emails about this since the beginning of the year. Yeah, so we actually signed up for this last year before the pandemic. It got canceled because of the pandemic, and now they're rehosting it finally this year. So yeah, and I completely forgot about it. I booked all my tickets and airline and hotel just a couple of days ago. So it was all super expensive, but I'm excited.
Super duper
expensive.
Super duper.
Yeah, so that's gonna be really cool. And yeah, I've been masterminding with you since 2017 maybe about YouTube. And
well, we've been talking about it. I reached out to you probably in 2017, but I don't think we really hit the pedal to the metal until about the beginning of 19.
Yeah. So 2017, that's when I first got into real estate. That's when I got out of the military, started doing real estate. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think 2018, 2019 for me personally, that's really when I started ramping up my YouTube stuff. Mm-hmm. So it'd be cool to actually meet you in person, see how short you really are in real life.
I'm just how tall are you?
6'2".
Shut the heck up. Are you really? Oh, that's gonna be the most hysterical thing in the world to
You'll
see.
be up to maybe.
Yeah, like, that is funny. I had no idea you were that tall.
I get a lot of people to tell me that, honestly.
I thought you were, I honest to God, I was like max 5'10". That's in my brain.
Yeah, no, I'm 6'2". You're the second person to tell me that. I met Bob Tompkins recently, and he's like 6'3". He's a big guy. He's like 250. And he said the same thing. I was like, dude, I always thought you were like a little skinny guy. I was like, no, man.
Oh, I guess that like all those things he said about you made it feel like, oh man.
Because he was bashing me in one of his videos, and he was like, yeah, Malcolm's a small, petite man. And I was like, what the hell are you talking about?
You have no idea. He was probably like, dude, that really made me look like an idiot.
I'm 220 pounds. I'm not petite at all.
Petite. How in the world? What did that say? How in the world did it? Not. I don't know how we haven't met in person. I don't know.
COVID, you know.
Oh yeah. And we don't go to the same conferences. You end up going to like real estate conferences, and I'm like, that's the last thing in the world I want to go to ever again in my life. I'd rather have my eyeballs chewed out by dull-toothed hamsters than to ever go to another real estate conference.
I drank the Keller Williams Kool-Aid for a long time, and every year I'd go to multiple Keller Williams events, and that kind of ate up all my trips. So I've never been to Vid Summit or any of those other ones. Do you usually have you been to Vid Summit before?
Mm-hmm. The first one. This is why my channel changed. So in 2019, I went to my first Vid Summit, and they had a booth for this thing called Channel Jumpstart. And that's when I had that video that took off, and from that meeting I had with Daryl. And that's
right.
Yeah.
You won that for free, right?
Yeah. I won the ticket. Yeah, just the ticket to get in it. Yeah. But click it and win a ticket. Yeah. So then, but the whole conference, I met so many people. I'm like, that's my mindset for YouTube had already started to change once I went to Vid Summit. And then when I took the course, it already, like, I was an open book at that point because I already knew what I was doing wasn't working. There's obviously, there is a way. It's not luck, you know, like what is it that I need to do? And so I was like, once they offered that Jumpstart course as a beta tester, I'm like, I'm in. Hook a sister up.
Yep. And now here you are, 100,000 subscribers later.
106,000 subscribers later. Just
excuse me. Yeah, you're catching up on my 115,000 subscribers. You'll get there someday. Don't worry. I haven't.
Didn't you just like get your plaque like a week ago?
Yes, probably like a week ago.
I got my verification check mark. I don't know if anybody knows this. So on YouTube, after you get to 100,000 subscribers, your name actually gets a verification check mark. They go through your channel and verify that you're a real person, that you haven't used reused content, and then you get verified. So some channels take a little longer than others, but so you can apply for that. Have you applied for that check mark, the verification?
I don't think so. No.
I'll send you the link to that later. So if anybody's if you're close to it, let me know and I'll send you the link.
And so that's for when you're commenting down in your comment section?
Yeah, but just so people know that you're like, because you know, like there's I have a real problem on my channel with spam accounts and people faking my account. And then they do like all the different variations of WhatsApp. So I have to go through and ban their wording. I have to ban their font. I have to ban the channel. I have to hide the user. I mean, it's like playing whack-a-mole, you know, just constantly. Especially if you talk about anything financial. I was shocked this last video didn't have that many, you know, those type of
spam.
Yeah.
Yeah, I really wish that YouTube would do better job with the spam on there. So what you're talking about, I've absolutely seen that, where somebody could create another channel called Kristina Smallhorn, steal your icon, upload it, and then comment in your videos and say, hey guys, if you want to, you know, you want a free consultation or you want a $5,000 discount, you know, email me this or whatever. You see this a lot with the crypto channels.
Yes.
Cryptocurrency channels and finance.
And that's what they do, is that like they always want you to contact them through this WhatsApp number to talk to you about crypto. I had a lady call, this is no lie, called me at like 5 minutes to 10 on a Saturday night. because she was about to hand over $10,000 because she thought she was talking to me.
Wow.
Yep.
Wow.
And then she ended up she said something in her gut didn't feel right.
Yeah.
So she ended up going on the internet and she was like, this is not the number I've been messaging. I'm just going to go ahead and try to reach out. And she was shocked. I actually picked up the phone because I'm like, in my opinion, I'm like, who is calling me at 9:45? Like this isn't normal, So I was thinking that I had to be emergency.
Right.
She's like, I'm so glad you picked up. And I was like, yeah, just block that number. Do not give them anything. Don't give them any bank information. And then hide the user. So I showed her how to do that.
So now I'm kind of curious, what was she getting in exchange for that $10,000? What was he promising her?
They were saying that it was like in a real estate investment using crypto. That's what they were saying. And she said, even the way that the messaging was going back and forth, she said it did. She goes, I know you weren't talking to me, obviously it's a text message, but she said, even when I was reading the messages back, that just didn't sound how you would communicate with people. Yeah. And she said it. And then she was like, right when she was about to send this over, she's like, something in her gut told her not to do it. And I was like, thank God you didn't. So
that's good. So somebody says, I've had folks put links on my site to solicit. Yeah. You get all kinds of spam in there. Ellen says, good morning. Good morning, Ellen. How are you today?
Good morning to you. And how do you do? Good morning. Good morning to you.
Good morning, good evening, good night, because we're all in different time zones. Jeremy says, I'm getting close, Kristina. You better send me that verification stuff. Only 98,000 more subscribers to go.
But you'd be shocked. Once that the wheels go down the track, it's slow then fast. Slow then fast. Because I literally just hit 100,000. Now I think I'm almost at 107,000.
Yeah, no, I'm at 115,000, and like you said, I only just got this thing, a week ago.
A few minutes ago.
it's like exponential growth. Once you have more videos out there, and they kind of feed off of each other, and just kind of do better and better.
Exactly 107.
All right, I got to pull up mine now. What am I at? Yeah. My real estate one's at 21,000. I really got to focus on that one. Get that.
Well, you don't really focus. I was gonna say that's not really your bread and butter. You don't really focus on it.
I don't know. I just motivation. It's a hard thing. You got to get motivated. And I don't know. The last month or so, I've just kind of lost it for that channel. I'm kind of focusing on some other projects.
I had that for during COVID. That's all I did was live stream because I was like, I have no energy to work on real estate stuff. I just have no energy. I would do as little as I could. I live streamed, I think, for 4 to 6 weeks in a row, just live streamed, no videos. I could have easily reached it sooner. My goal to 100K last year, I could have easily done it. My head was not in the game at all.
Yeah. And that's a big part of it. You have to do something that you're kind of passionate about and you can get motivated to and you're excited about,
I felt like the world was going to fall apart. So I was like, this seems really stupid to talk about. I felt like that was the dumbest thing in the world, boo-hooing about, not being able to buy a house right now when people are dying. Just seems so trivial. Well, but now back at it.
That's why at that time I started focusing on my outdoor channel and posting a lot of stuff on my outdoor channel in 2020 because it kind of tied into that.
I felt better.
It's a little bit more appropriate.
Yeah.
So we got a couple comments here. Kristina, heard you on YouTube Creators Podcast the other day. No way. Great job. Someday I hope to join you. So you were on, that's Daryl Eves' podcast, right?
No, that is Dusty Porter. So I'm going to tell anybody that if you're really interested in telling your YouTube journey story, reach out to Dusty Porter. He had me on at a very, I don't even know. Maybe I was at 1,000 subscribers, maybe. Very small, right? But I always made him laugh. He liked my content. So he had me on. And then he had me on when I had reached 10,000 subscribers. And now he's had me on again at 100,000 subscribers.
That's awesome.
Nicest guy in the world. Super good at doing an interview. And I listened to his podcast way before I was so shocked when he asked me to be on there. I'm like, are you serious? Because I used to listen to his podcast. And you know how you have that like imagination? You're like, one day I'm going to be on a podcast, on that podcast, and hear my own voice in the radio. And then I did. And I just thought that was so cool. Now it's like, I don't care anymore. But at the time I was like, this is the biggest deal ever.
I love it. That's awesome. So we do have more news that we haven't covered yet. Where are you going to be speaking at?
Oh, yeah. I think everybody knows this now, but I, Kristina Smallhorn, will be speaking at Vid Summit. This little real estate agent from Nowhereville, Louisiana, is going to be speaking at Vid Summit. It's I think it's like a 45-minute to like 50-minute speech kind of thing. I'm just going to be telling where I started from, and then I'm going to show you what I used to do, basically how I used to do it, and how I wasn't going anywhere, and how I do it now, and I'm more successful. Like how I used to come up with a title, and now how I come up with a title now. How I used to do a thumbnail, and how we're going to make it better now. How I used to come up with my ideas, just basically walking you through my process from ideation to publication, basically. And then I'm going to show everybody how exactly I do my live stream so people will watch it afterwards.
Yeah, your live streams. Yeah, I mean, I think you do them definitely on point at a very high level with your live streams.
And people get so mad. They're like, I do the same exact live stream and nobody watches it. And I'm like, and I keep telling them what to do, but no one listens. So I'm just going to actually break it down. Yeah. I'll break it down. Somebody asked me, why are you going to tell everybody this? I said, well, because only like maybe half will write it down. Then maybe 25% of that half will actually start taking action. And then when they don't get like the exact immediate results that I had, then about 10% will be left. And after that, some people will only take my advice that I gave them, the half that's left, and then they won't implement everything that I said. And then by the end of it, maybe 1% will actually finally like click in their head.
It's very true.
So I don't care. I'll tell everybody everything. It's definitely going faster. Yeah. So Jeremy's he was a firm believer in a lot of hardcore YouTube early on guru stuff.
Right.
And then over time he's kind of changed his mindset. And he was like, I used to think like this, but then after I started listening to Kristina, now I'm like this.
Yeah, I mean, best practices change on YouTube. And unfortunately, a lot of people are still teaching best practices that are like from 2010, like literally like way, way outdated. It's very frustrating when I see that kind of stuff. Mm-hmm. Ellen says, I did a live stream the other day and it was so much fun. I really want to focus more on live streams.
If you're going to do that, Ellen, I wouldn't do any more than 2 a week. 2 a week. Because you can you don't become only a live stream channel unless you're planning on just being a podcaster. You don't want to oversaturate that market. So I would like maybe do one like on a Wednesday and a Sunday or something like that.
She says I only had 28 live viewers at one time, but for some reason, all the talk back was just really fun. Yeah, it is. I like doing those live streams. I feel like I'm really connecting with my audience. And one thing I notice is if I don't do a live stream for freaking ever, and then I do one, my viewership is way down. Mm-hmm. But if I consistently do it every week, those people come back and they get excited about doing those live streams and joining in on that. So definitely.
I'm so afraid I'm going to miss this week. So I'm going to be on a plane on Sunday, and it's Father's Day, but my husband is actually going to be the host. So he's going to be sitting right here. He's not going to be answering real estate questions. We have 3 real estate agents that have said that they would come on the stream. So they're going to be answering the questions, but Eddie's going to be the host. And the audience is excited about it. Like I told them that he's going to be doing this and they're like, oh, we'd like to see your husband. And I forget that a lot of the people that know me now don't they don't realize that Eddie was on my channel all the time at the beginning. So I assume that people know who he is, but they don't know who he is now. So they're like, they're like, I can't wait to see him, so it's like a big face reveal, but to the old time people, they're like, oh, we've seen him, but a lot of people haven't. It's funny.
Yeah. I love that for a couple of reasons. Yeah, one, you're kind of bringing him into your world a little bit more, and people kind of think they get to know you better. But 2, you're getting leverage out of that. maybe Eddie could every week do a live stream, and not
No, because you know why he's not on the stream? I'm going to tell you why. Because I used to have him on the stream with me because we like cut up back and forth.
That game, right? You used to play some kind of game.
People assumed he did it all, and they would say, "Oh, your husband does such a great job on editing your videos. Oh, your husband he makes the live stream so much fun. I'm so glad that you have a husband that could do all that stuff." And I'm like, what in the world makes you think that he knows even how to turn on a computer, let alone set up a live stream? I got so angry with it. I'm like, that's it. You're out. I kicked him off. I didn't want anybody confuse that ever again.
That is funny.
I know.
People just listen to Kristina. It works.
It works. It works. I don't lie.
Somebody says, I'm thinking of starting up an outdoor channel also. What do you guys think? We do South Carolina state parks. Go for it, man. If you're passionate about that, by all means, it's a lot of fun, if you're passionate about it, go for it. I will say having multiple channels
is a pain in the rear end.
It kind of sucks. It kind of hurts you in the long run, right? If I only had one channel that I put all my energy into, that one channel would be doing a lot better rather than having 3-4 channels that do okay. So that's a challenge. Dare Leaves talks about that. That's a mistake that people make, is having too many damn channels.
Oh, we have a person I think she has 6 channels, and he was like, you need to chill. Stop it.
Yeah.
Uh-huh. I'm thinking of only one per month as one of my buckets. Now, one a month isn't enough. I'll say that. Every other week, I would say. Every 2 weeks, but not once a month. I don't think that's enough.
Yeah. And the good thing about the live streams is they're not as time consuming. Maybe you need 10, 15 minutes to get ready, and then you do an hour-long live stream. It's less time commitment than doing a video a week or something like that.
I focus on that thumbnail exactly like I focus on every thumbnail. I used to go, well, it's just a live stream, and just kind of make a thumbnail, and make them funny. But
that's kind of what I do. That's what I'm doing for this live stream.
No.
Default one.
No, I don't do that. It says, is there a better time of day to do a live stream? This is solely based on your specific audience. And I'm not even trying to be funny, because, like, for instance, Jeremy Blanton's audience is on later at night. That's when they consume the most content, is later on at night. On my channel, people consume the most content on Sundays. So I know that most likely my live stream will end up in their news feed, but that's not going to work necessarily for everybody's channel. You just have to like look at your analytics and see when your audience is most likely to be online.
Good. Yeah, I like that. All right, so let's take a look at Jeremy's channel. So we want to do some feedback, give you guys some feedback today. Jeremy's going to be our guinea pig. And let's take a look. If you guys want to get some feedback on your channel, post it in the comment section. We'll try to pull that up as well.
While you're pulling that up, I want to say one thing. If you're in this group and you are making hateful, ugly, mean comments, or what you consider constructive criticism, and have no evidence to what you're saying in that comment section, other than a theory or a book that you've read, or you think that you know something more than people that have a lot more than experience than you, zip it. I'm over it. If I see that nonsense again, I really have no time for you. I'm done. I'm ready to pull you out. So I'm sure that if you feel like this is directed to you, it probably is. So just know. I just thought I'd let that out.
Yeah. I didn't catch that in the group. But yeah, no, we got zero tolerance for any nonsense like that. And Kristina and I are pretty quick to give people the boot in there. Because we get a lot of spam in our Facebook group. A lot of people, you can just tell when people are trying to solicit the group or just being a-holes. And
it's so funny. We have another little group, like a thread full of the moderators, and instantly somebody goes, "Does this feel like spam?" I mean, we're all like, "Yeah, get rid of them."
Look out! Here comes mean Kristina. I like that. It's like it's like Thor. No. Hulk.
Yeah.
The secret is I'm always angry. All right, let's take a look at Myrtle Beach blog, Mr. Jeremy Blanton here, and let's see. Let's give him some feedback. So first, let's look at his homepage here. So yeah, he's got his content curated on there, which is great.
I would that thing at the bottom, Jeremy, with the 2-minute Tuesdays. Those videos are so freaking old. Like, make another playlist and put it on your homepage, so it has more recent content that's showing at the top.
Yeah, these are what, 3 years old,
67
views. Yeah, I agree with that. You do want to put some thought into what type of content you're curating on here. And this isn't really you want to put your best foot forward. This stuff has 35 views, 87 views. Yeah, I mean, I would definitely put your best.
You scroll down again because I want to laugh at this. Go ahead, all the way down the bottom, all the way down. Look, Jamie. Like, where was that picture taken? Were you like 19? This one was 678. That's Jeremy.
Yeah, that's I barely recognize him. Let's see what this is.
He's got a fresh face there. 6
years old. Wow. So Jeremy's he's old school here on YouTube. Let's go. What is his oldest video? 9 years ago.
Well, you're on a different tab, so we can't see it.
Oh no, crap.
That's all right.
But yeah, that's awesome, man. He's been on here for a while now. So yeah, I would just say, put a little thought into, the type of content you're curating on here. Like, this is pretty good. You're definitely off to a good start. You could definitely have a featured video here if you wanted to, or have a channel trailer. And like I always tell people, the nice thing about having a featured video channel trailer is you can put the description right beside it. But let's jump into his video. So I instantly noticed, if I scroll down, and I look at his older 1 year ago thumbnails, I instantly see a huge improvement from these to what he's doing now. And
look at the one with the phone in his hand with the YouTube logo. Love that one. Top new homes.
Oh yeah, right here.
Yeah, I love that one. That jumped off the screen for me.
Yeah, top new homes 2021. Yeah, that's a great one. I like that a lot. And so he's using text, but it's not just text for text purpose.
Right.
Like, I think that makes a lot of sense. It's got some neighborhood tours. So good. So look at that. That's an easy, simple thumbnail. 8,000.
Look at his views.
Yeah.
His views are killing it. So much better.
Yeah. I like that thumbnail a lot, because what a lot of people would have done is they would have typed out ultimate guide to local Myrtle Beach, restaurants, and put all that
top
text
10 restaurants, Myrtle Beach. They would have wrote that.
Right. Yes. And instead he gets something that really captures your attention, and it instantly tells you what this is going to be about. And in 2 months, almost 9,000 views. That's working really well for him.
He'll every once in a while say, "What do you think? What do you think of this?" And sometimes I'll tell him, I'm like, that isn't going to work. That video is not going to work. And he's like, "Oh, all right, well, I'm going to put it out there anyways." He's like, "Yeah, you're right. The video didn't work." I'm like, told you. Told you, I knew that.
I like this title, The Absolute Truth About What It's Like Living in Myrtle Beach.
Mm-hmm.
That's pretty good. I like that thumbnail as well.
Yeah.
That makes me curious. That makes me want to click. And in 1 month, he's got 5,000 views on it. So I think that's done really well.
Mm-hmm. So the one that I was shocked that did well was the Magic in Myrtle, because I'm like, that has nothing to do with the housing market. Like, I was but it did really well. The one with Penn and Teller in it.
Oh, okay. This one, Making Magic Happen in Myrtle Beach.
Yeah, I was shocked that one did well. It did good. Then.
I mean, I'll be honest, just that thumbnail and that title, I don't know what the video is about. But
it did good. So shut up.
It did good. Yeah, it's up to 1,000 views in a week. Yeah, which is great.
His last one, the cooling off of the housing market. That's my favorite. Like, that was a cool.
Yeah.
It came in my email box. Like, every once in a while I'll get an email from YouTube letting me know that somebody's live. And that in the email itself, it looked really nice. I'm like, that's smart. Like, that's a good thumbnail. That's why I shared it on Facebook, because it was so good. I helped him with this one, this Calabasas thumbnail. I think I might have even actually made that one, and I think he put the words on that.
Yeah, look at that. 20,000 views, 29,000, almost 30,000 views in 1 month. That's solid. Top 10 tourist traps to avoid when moving to Myrtle Beach. Yeah, that's fantastic, man. That's a great thumbnail and great title right there, and great concept for a video. I love it. Yeah, so his thumbnail game is really on point. Oh, I like this one. 10 amazing facts to know before you move to Myrtle Beach.
I helped him with that one too.
Of course. I could probably just pick all the ones that I really like, and you're gonna say, "Oh, I helped him with that one." Let's see. Fire.
I think the group helped him with this one. I didn't do that.
Everybody's doing fire there for a little while.
Hey, wait! I went back to fire. I don't know if you saw my last thumbnail. I'll pull it up for you.
Oh no, is fire back in style now?
I don't know if it's back in style, but I'm like, you know what? It was successful before, so I'm like, you know what? Let me try it again. Because I don't do housing crash videos. I do housing affordability, which is really more in line with the type of audience that I have, because people are very concerned about affordability. But I added, because it was about corporate greed. Well, let me move this. The video was about corporate greed.
And that's a live stream, right?
No, this was a video that came out yesterday. Did I do it? Like, can you see it?
I can see it. Yep. It's a little blurry, but I can see it.
Yeah. And so half of it is like, it's got the fire on this guy, and then it has the house and the money, and then like this for sale sign. And if you have good eyesight, it actually says Black Rock on it, because Black Rock has been in the news for, their corporation that's been buying up single family houses, even whole subdivisions. So anyways, yeah. I like the tourist trap ones. The best thumbs I've done lately, tourist traps.
All right, so let's take a look. Let's actually click on a few of his videos. I like this one. I like the tourist trap one. Let's take a look. I want to see. And I like watching the first 30 seconds or so, and then the last 30 seconds or so.
Whoa, look at that lighting, man. That's sweet.
Yeah, look at that. Production value. All right, let me crank this up.
Move to Myrtle Beach. Today, we're going to discuss 10 tourist traps that you want to avoid when living in Myrtle Beach. Let's get started.
Drop the intro.
What's happening?
Yeah, I mean, I'm not wild about intros like that either. It was short enough, though. What was it?
Get rid of it.
8 seconds. Yeah, you could, man.
Happening, guys. Jeremy Blanton with Remix.
So you had the video intro, and now you're doing a second intro. Let's see. Now you're doing a verbal intro.
Southern Shores. And today we're going to discuss something that you may not have thought about when you're on vacation here in Myrtle Beach. Most of the time when you're on vacation, you're enjoying all of the great tourist things that Myrtle Beach has to offer. But today we're going to discuss the 10 most biggest tourist traps that the area has to offer and help you save your money and stay away from all the craziness and chaos that Myrtle Beach has to offer during the tourism season. The first thing on our list today that we're going to...
Okay. Yeah, I'm not wild about that video intro, especially if you're just going to do another intro, verbal one right afterwards. I'm kind of with you. I would cut that out.
I would, if I was you, Jeremy, I would look at videos on YouTube about the hook, how to hook an audience in. This is the template that was provided to us. I know when I started on YouTube and people were talking about how to hook an audience, they were like, this is how you do it. But that system, that template of doing it is not how you hook an audience. Honestly, I'm going to be completely honest. Nobody cares who we are. Matter of fact, I wouldn't even say your name. I would put if your brokerage requires it, just have your name scroll at the bottom and your brokerage name underneath your name with your brokerage logo, and just get into the meat of the content. So that way you're satisfying your broker affiliation requirements, but you're just giving the audience what they need. I would ditch all that other stuff.
Yeah, I mean, I would say it looked like he first stated what the video is about, then he had a video intro, then he had a verbal intro, then he stated what the video is about again, and then he had a hook. And I would definitely start off with the hook first. But overall, it wasn't bad, and it's obviously working out well for you. And you kept it all short enough. But yeah, you could trim the fat. That whole intro right there, trim the fat and see if there's any spaces there. You could just cut out 10, 15 seconds of that.
Just at least test it for 3 to 4 videos and see how your audience retention shows after that. And I'm not just saying like the percentage. I want you to look at the graph of your audience retention.
Yeah.
Like you probably have a hockey stick where it goes straight down and then it goes probably all the way across. So it's probably like, people click on it, they go down, and then the main audience kind of goes all the way across. So I'd be interested to see what your retention graphs look like.
So we're at 51 seconds into the video right now, and I'm willing to bet your audience retention graph is going to show people abandoning your video until right here, and then it's going to kind of level off, because this is right when you first start actually getting to the meat and potatoes of the video. All right, let's take a look at the last 30 seconds. And let's see
I start with the potatoes and then I get into the meat.
Okay.
I do it.
Potatoes and meat. Potatoes and meat.
You can expect to spend anywhere from $150 to $175 per person to do that. And here's the reality. I can see it from above, but I can drop. Hope you guys enjoyed today's video on 10 tourist traps to avoid when living here in Myrtle Beach. If there's another tourist trap that I may have missed, leave a comment down below. Or if you're thinking about making a move to the area, my info's down below as well. Feel free to shoot me an email and I'd love to help you. If you enjoyed today's video though, give it a thumbs up, get that bell on, and I'll catch you on the next one. See ya.
I have a couple things for you, Jeremy. This is good, right? So he actually sent me the graph from his video. He sent it to me.
Oh,
and
good.
It's exactly what I said. It goes straight down, then it levels off. It levels off like this. So it's slightly going down. And then what's really interesting is that last 30 seconds, it goes back down again. And I know why. Because when Malcolm was playing that video, you used ending language before the video was over. You're like, okay, guys, that was it. You already ended the video as soon as you said those words. You just need to keep talking about Myrtle Beach and everything else. You asked them that question. And I would use a animation at the bottom, like with your name and your contact information, or contact information's down below. What you really want them to do more than anything to really grow your channel is to get them to watch another one of your videos, because that's what really feeds the machine. The YouTube machine is fed, the algorithm is them watching more videos. So if you're actually taking them off site, that's not going to really feed the machine as much as you getting them in a loop of watching more of your videos.
Yep, 100%. So you gave them 4 call to actions at the end of that video. First one was the comment. The second was the contact you. The third one was to subscribe. The fourth one was to hit the bell icon. None of those call to actions, or none of them were to watch another one of your videos. And oh man, is my video looking weird to you?
Whatever. You always look weird, Malcolm.
My freaking technology, man. Yeah. So you gave them 4 call to actions. I would nix the call to action to comment. Maybe even, consider nixing the subscribe and hit the bell icon.
I ask for them to comment. I ask them, like I do what Jeremy does, where I ask them, I'll say, look, what do you think is happening in the housing market now? Or when do you think the home prices are going to fall now? Let me know in the comment section. And hey, there's another video I just made about the housing crisis right here. So go ahead and watch this one. And then I say my name and that's it.
Yeah.
And my line goes just like this. It goes it's literally the last 8 seconds of my video. That's when they taper off, which is fine because that's where the card is. And hopefully they're watching the next video.
Yeah. I mean, I agree. I think that the, when I do it, I have 2 call to actions. One is contact me if you want to buy a house. I got to get some business out of this. I make that really quick. And I usually have a graphic where like Jeremy does, say all my contact information down below. And actually my first call to action, that's my second one. My first call to action is always click right here to watch another video. I'm not a big fan of those end cards like what you have. I prefer just having one specific video that you tell them to click on. What's that?
I do too. I'm all. Anyways, I have 2. Like I have 2 videos that I put at the end, especially if both of them are successful videos. And then if it is a video that
for Christ's
doesn't,
sake. I'm still here.
Why did you have to bring him into it? You know, like why'd you have to do that? Anyways, then I'll do like if I don't have a video to put up there, I'll put like best for viewer.
Yeah.
You know, I'll add that one, and then the next time I'll have the two that connect together.
But yeah, I mean that's a really good video, man. 30,000 views. Like you're getting in front of your audience. People thinking about moving there, as well as people that already live there, which is great. So let me see. This is Jeremy's audience retention. So that's really solid. 41% on a 15-minute video is really good. 6%,
look at the end.
Yeah, you can see exactly where he uses that ending language. And you can see that that's the problem with having 20 seconds of that end screen. That's the problem with having 20 seconds of that end screen is that it just lowers your audience percentage, right? If you didn't have that little dip at the very end, you may be up another 1 or 2 percentages. All right, you're freaking me out here. I don't like this. All right, let's take a look at some other channels. I think we're beating a dead horse here. Jeremy is really great on his channel. He's made huge strides on his channel. So let me see if I can find some other ones.
Is it his cup?
His cup?
No, this cup.
Holy cow!
So for my $100,000K live stream, I gave away a cup this big, and then I gave away other cups because everybody makes fun of me for the size of my cup. They're always like making fun of the size of my cups, and I'm like, I like big cups, and I cannot lie.
That's funny. All right, let me see if I can find some other channels. Living in Clearwater Beach, Florida.
Take me off because I like honestly, this room is like cooking me. I'm gonna turn on my air conditioner.
All right, I'm taking you off. You're out of here. All right, so let's see if I can find this channel. When you guys comment on my videos like this, I always have a hard time. I can't quite pull up the link. So I think this is somebody else. I think your channel's name is Living in Clearwater, Florida. Is that right? Living in Clearwater to St. Petersburg. Wow, there's a lot of Living in Florida channels out there, huh? Let me take a look here. Trying to find this one. Tear Me Up YouTube channel. Yes, I can't click on that, unfortunately. Jeremy Blanton. Hold on. Stand by. Living in Clearwater Beach, Florida. Pros and cons 2021. Okay. Living Clearwater Beach, Florida. Pros and cons 2021. There we go. So yeah, kind of right off the bat, you definitely have some other competition. And so let's just take a look at his thumbnail real quick. I'll say right off the bat, this other channel's thumbnail, I like it better than yours. Pros and cons of living in Clearwater, Florida. And I'll say one thing, your font that you're using on this one here, it's a little bit harder to read than the font on this one right below it. I mean, I like your expression better, right? You're very excited, but your face is very small in that thumbnail as well. Try to make your face much larger so you take up more of the thumbnail. And also say you don't have to repeat the title in your thumbnail. So you pretty much pros and cons of living Clearwater, Florida, and then the title is Living Clearwater, Florida, Clearwater Beach, Florida, pros and cons 2021. Like you're just kind of repeating those things. I would demonstrate what's like one of the pros or one of the cons of living there and stick that in your thumbnail instead. And you can kind of go through and see some other people's thumbnails. I don't like these ones at all. Living in Clearwater, Florida, what to know. That's actually a pretty good thumbnail. I don't mind that thumbnail at all. This guy's Adam Hancock. But let's take a look at, and I don't like the emojis. I would nix the emojis. If you're going to use some, maybe have like one at the very end, but I'm not wild about the emojis on there. I got to add Kristina back. Here we go. You're back, Kristina.
Go back to her thumbnail because I actually have a really good idea for this. Okay. So she has a really cool thumbnail, right? She's like this. Take off every single word on there. Remove every single word and leave the picture. That's it. It's a beautiful photograph on its own. Don't have all that other stuff on there. There's no reason to have all those words. You're right there in front of the sign that says Clearwater Beach. Leave it just like that.
Yeah, I agree.
Take it all off, all of it, every single bit of it, and leave the nice photograph. You don't have to. In order for it to be good, doesn't necessarily have to have a word vomit on it. That's what I could take it all off. It's pretty without it. That's it. That's all I want to say. I was like, Malcolm, don't bring me back in. All I did was turn down my air conditioning. Yeah, and like I was originally thinking when you had pulled it up there that you could have put down pro on one side and con on the other side of that Clearwater sign. But no, you don't even need that. It's irrelevant. And all of these other thumbnails, and I'm going to be just completely frank, are just terrible. The only one I like is that one that says disgusting. Just one word, disgusting. But the rest of them are terrible. That is horrible.
Yeah, this is a really bad one.
This is horrible.
So that's good. That means that you have you can win this game. You can have a better thumbnail than a lot of these folks do. What do you think about using emojis in your titles?
I'm going to tell you why that's a bad idea. So even though it's an emoji, the algorithm reads it like a word. So it's saying smile, love, Clearwater. So I know I've heard it. And I have heard that it's some kind of, it's a hack, supposedly. It's a lie. Don't do it. It's not necessary. You're actually, if you're going to do them, put them at the end of the title, not the beginning. There's no reason to add that as your front loading words to your title. Yeah,
that's what I think as well. Kristina is saying that your thumbnail is a little bit of a word vomit. And I kind of think that's kind of what the emojis are as well. It's like adding stickers or something. It's just a little overwhelming. But let's go ahead and watch. We'll give you the first 30 seconds of your video. Let's see how
I love her sundress. I want that dress.
All right. So right off the back, I've got the volume turned all the way up and I can barely hear it. So I think your audio wasn't really done that well. One thing you do to improve your audio is get closer to the camera. If you're further away, it's harder to record the audio. If you get up nice and close, your audio is going to sound much, much crisper. And I'll also say that there's like 1 to 2 seconds where you weren't even really talking at the beginning where you could have just trimmed that down a bit.
You can also, in your editor, pull that up.
Oh, yeah, you're right. On YouTube, you could trim off that first like 1 second of your video.
And before you uploaded your video, you can actually up your volume in your editor of your video. So if like you're on iMovie, there is a audio section where you can up the volume. Just FYI.
All right, let's give it a try. Let's see.
If you're watching this video, it means you might be thinking about relocating to Clearwater, Florida, and you're wondering if this was a good place to live. If that's the case, stay watching because I'm going to tell you all the reasons why people love living in Clearwater and some cons. Stay tuned. The top reason to move to...
All right. To start off the bat, nix that all together.
Get rid of that intro. Get rid of it.
Yeah. Just cut it out. That was like 15 seconds of just like, okay, what is this? What's going on here?
Or fast forward it at least. If you're in love with your intro, fast forward it and make it like half the amount of time. That was a very long intro.
Yeah, and it wasn't even doing a whole lot. I mean, I get it. You go up on Fiverr, you can buy something like that, and you think it looks really professional, but people are more concerned about the content than that professionality to it. But
that was a thing. That really was the thing. Like if you had started in 2012 all the way up to about 2016, 17, everybody did it. That's how you structured a video, especially educational channels. But that has changed in order to get better views and better audience retention. Get rid of it.
Yeah, I agree. And God, it's killing me, the audio. If you just get the camera closer to you, the audio would be better. I hear a lot of background noise as well, I think, with all the traffic behind you. But let's give you another 30 seconds. Let's see.
Clearwater, obviously seeing it. It's a Wednesday afternoon around 2 o'clock, and it's almost 90 degrees out, and it's beautiful. Look at it.
All right.
You know, whenever I'm in a beautiful place, just to be snarky, I always go, look at this dump. Because it's obviously not a dump. It's beautiful.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like this could just be a little bit more polished. I would have preferred that you filmed that B-roll of the area separately and then edit that over top of you talking about it, just to make it a little bit more polished, instead of taking a pause and then doing a 360. It needs a little bit more effort in the editing is kind of what I would say. And it looks like you do have some B-roll in here at some point, right? I think this is some B-roll. So I don't know if you're using an editor or you're just kind of figuring this out on your own, which is all right. Like, we all have to start somewhere with it. Like, at least you're getting out there and doing it. But it could be a little bit more polished. So let's take a look at your last. Go ahead. She's
super cute. Like,
yeah.
Can we talk about that dress? I mean, she's super cute. Yeah. You're going to pull this off. It's just going to take some practice. I think you just need a little bit more.
Yeah. I mean, you're getting out there.
Study some more channels. And I think what it probably is too, is like, if she's looking at her competition, I'm sure that they're not really pulling it together either. Not with those thumbnails.
Yeah. All right. Let's see what the last 30 seconds of your video looks like.
So that's all for today's videos, you guys. So I really hope you enjoyed it.
So first off, right here, you're using ending language right here at around 7 minutes and 10 seconds. So you have almost a full minute left. Well, you have about 30 seconds left. And people are going to abandon the video right now as soon as you say, well, that's all I have for you. So just kind of keep that in mind, and you want to get those call to actions in first before you really use any ending language.
That's all for today's videos, you guys. So I really hope you enjoyed it. I'm gonna do also a walking vlog if you want to see what this city really looks like, just everyday type of thing. So make sure you do click the link down below so you can see that. Let me know what other cities you guys want me to explore, and I'll make a video about them. So until next time, you know how to reach me. Have a good one.
So I would have asked that question before you said, okay, that's it. I would have said, now that we've checked out this one, I want to know what other cities you would like me to see in my area. I love to do a full city vlog for you, but let me know what specific areas so I could do that. And then say, you know what, I did one before, so you should watch this video right here. And then you put that end card right here. You'll probably really like it. Which one do you like better, this beach or the one that I did in this video? So that gets them in that loop.
Yeah, I mean, I like that she's just getting out there and just starting. It's kind of like she's like, you know what? I like it. I'm going to just jump full in, get my GoPro, get my, assistant or friend to hold the camera. Let's just knock it out and do it. And like, you kind of have to have that mentality, just jump in there. And that's how you learn. Like your 20th video is going to be leaps and bounds better than your first video. So you want to get to that 20th video as soon as you can. And it seems like she's in that process right now. It just needs a little bit more tweaking, a little bit more thought into the beginning and the end, your B-roll and everything. So I think this is her here. So she's saying, how can I record better audio when you're out in the streets?
Lapel mic.
Yep.
Lapel
mic. You can, you've got the Rode.
Look, this is called a Rode Go. There's a part that hooks to your camera that fits in the shoe. And then there's this, right? They even have these things that make it look like an actual microphone. So you can do this. So it looks like you just put this little cord, you stick it on the microphone part. This part clips to your dress or whatever you want it to clip to. So you could talk to people just like this, like you're a reporter. And this thing records beautifully. Like this is sent from heaven. Like when this came out, this saved my life. I actually have 2 sets, so I can record on 2 cameras. I have 2 shots. So if I do an interview style, I'll have one camera that is for my guest and the other camera that's for me, and they're both recording. And then when I put it in the editor, I have 2 angled shots that can go back and forth to make it more interesting. And I have 2 clear audios, which is really cool because if one of the audios breaks on one side, I still have it recorded on the other camera. So you can sync that up. That happened to me when I recorded it for Boxable. So that's just something to think about. These things are amazing. Rode Go.
Yep, that's it. Just Rode Go. Rode's a really high quality product. I have their Rode Video Mic Pro Plus, and that's a directional microphone sits on top of my camera that I use.
How did this happen?
You get
I don't even know how this happened. What in the world? I just pulled it out from one side. How did I get this all wrapped around me? What is wrong with me? I'm like,
okay, I'm cutting you off. You're out of here. I'm cutting you off. Get your act together, Kristina. You're done. Yeah, so that's one thing. Get a lapel mic. You can actually buy some really cheap ones as well that may give you better audio, like 30, 40 bucks. I think the Rode Go is a little bit more expensive. Other thing is get closer to the camera. Any microphone that you have, if you're further away, the audio is not as good. If you're closer to it, it's much better. And that's why they have these they have like booms and like stands. And a lot of times people will put microphones right out of frame. So it's as close to the person speaking as you can get without actually seeing it. You better now? You got your act together?
yeah, that was I don't even know how that happened. That's so typical of me. Another thing is too, like, for years I used just a shotgun mic. I had a deity shotgun mic, or maybe it was a Rode. Either one, it doesn't matter. But that was, like you said, you have to be very super close to that. But it did work. And again, you can use that. If you have a shotgun mic, you can use that same thing as like a microphone.
Yeah. So she says that she's using a GoPro 8, and those are actually great cameras. And they've got fantastic image stabilization. So make sure you take advantage of that. Do some, get a little walking stick. Like, okay, you could, super simple formula, get a walking stick, hold it out in front of you. That way it's a nice tight shot on you and it's good audio because you're much closer to it. And you just kind of walk around with that. Get a little stand like that, a little tripod.
Joby.
And go do some neighborhood tours, do some more pros and cons, do pros and cons videos of like every section in your city. Pros and cons, it's just a good title. Those work really well. It's a good format for a video. Thank you guys. I'm looking forward to implementing these tips. Yeah, good luck with that. So let me pull this back up. Yeah, so it looks like you're just getting started. You have a handful of videos. Yeah, that's great. Just keep at it. I think, a lot of your thumbnails, like this one here, 4,000 views. That's pretty good. But you have, a lot of white text. You have on top of white sand, which is really hard to actually read that. I would make
her image so much bigger.
Yeah.
So much bigger. Like she kind of looks almost squashed down in the, like she's over here when she should be like up here, like taking up almost half that image and then having the beach.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Keep at it though.
You're learning.
Yeah. Your real estate bestie, Florida relocation specialist, new video every week. Subscribe.
Take off the new video every week thing. Take that off.
I'm not wild about it. Yeah, and obviously your first video was 10 months ago, so it's not doing a new video every week.
Yeah.
Unless my math is wrong. Yeah, I'm with you on that. I would take that off.
And you never know what's going to happen to you. Like, I mean, I don't know. You could get mono and you don't want to film for a month, just take it off.
Yeah. But yeah. All right, let's see. Who else? Take her down. Where are we at? We're at almost an hour. That may be a good time to cut it off. So we got 2 channel reviews in today. Cut it off. Get it out of here. Yeah. So let's get a handful of comments here. Let's take a look at a few of these. I love the Rode Wireless Go too. Oh, that's what it's called. The Wireless Go. Oh no, is the Wireless Go different from the Rode Go?
I don't know.
Okay. The new version records backup audio onto an actual mic, so if you lose the transmission, you aren't screwed.
Bingo.
Yeah,
it's true.
I think that they do have a Wireless Go and then a Go that's like got cords on it.
Well, mine's a wireless. This is a wireless one. I just happened to put the lapel mic in it.
Oh, gotcha.
This has got a Sennheiser microphone, and I just love the sound of this. This is like butter. So I added that to that. But this, you don't have to do this. You can use this itself as a microphone. And they actually have, if you go on Amazon, they have the stand where you can put it in here like this, and it looks like a microphone, but it's this thing.
All right, Jeremy messaged me one more channel. We'll do a real quick one.
Jeremy, we gotta go to Utah. You're making this very difficult.
Yeah, we're gonna Utah tomorrow. All right, let me. We may need to do have Jeremy be the moderator next time. All right, we're gonna give this. We're gonna give Brad 5 minutes. 5 minutes, Brad. Wow, Brad looks just like Drew Carey.
No, he doesn't.
Yeah, he does.
Oh. Drew Carey doesn't even look like that anymore. Drew Carey's skinny.
Oh, did he? He got skinny now, huh?
Yeah, he's wicked skinny.
All right. So enjoying Southwest Florida. Right off the bat, I say that the banner's a little hard to read. Mm-hmm. That font and the colors, it's just kind of hard to read. Golf Point properties. So I like that you have the market updates, get real estate tips, 2-cent tours, home tours, local business spotlights, and then uploads. So, I mean, that's good that you have these kind of curated on there.
I still think I think they're too wordy. Like that May 2020 market. What is that? Market what? What's the last word? Update. Yeah. Like
Key date. Market.
Yeah, he's peeing on it.
Mayday. Real estate market about to. Yeah.
And then you have some words that are capitalized, and then he has some words that are not capitalized in that title.
Yeah. Mayday is the real estate market about to. Yeah. Same thing here. Florida insurance rates are going bananas.
Yeah, if you're going to do a title, every word in that title, the first letter should be capitalized. And then if you have a power word, like some kind of keyword that you will constantly use, that's the one you highlight big.
Yeah. So I like that you're going for clickability here, right? I see that's what you're trying to do with this thumbnail and the title. You want to make it as clickable as possible. I like that facial expression in there. You may want to put the city or area that you're talking about. It's like I'm not really sure what area you're even talking about. But
here's the thing: your face. If you're going to put your face on it, you should be able to see the whites of your eyes. In none of your photos, you're so small you cannot see the whites of your eyes. Too small. All of your images, every single one of them, the faces are on there too small.
Golf guide. Oh, Southwest Florida. Golf options in Southwest Florida. The understanding. I kind of like that thumbnail.
I was going to say, I don't hate that thumbnail at all.
Yeah. I'm kind of surprised this one didn't do too well with 12 views. Let's take a look. We'll give you 30 seconds on this.
Too long of a title. I mean, that title's word salad.
Golf options in Southwest Florida. Yeah, like if the title was "What are the best golf courses in Southwest Florida?" or "Top 10 best golf courses in Southwest Florida," that would be more clickable than golf options, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Golfing and
all right, I'll give you 30 seconds. Let's say
Southwest Florida, the golfing capital of the world. There are over 150 golf courses in Southwest Florida, and we're going to dig in to help you understand what it's like to golf here and the different types of golfing opportunities there are for you.
Great on camera, good background. You have a good energy. That was good. But I'm going to tell you the same thing before he even plays it. Get rid of the damn intro.
Well, we'll see. This looks like a different intro. Let's see. Whatever. This is kind of a specific one.
No, it's going to still suck.
This is more like a title screen. Let's see.
Now, if you're anything like me, you love the game of golf. It's an amazing
All right,
game.
that wasn't terrible. I take it back.
Always something.
As more of a title screen than a
around the corner. I absolutely love golf. In Southwest Florida, it can be a little bit confusing to understand the different types of golf options there are for you. And so we're going to get into it so that you feel...
Yeah, I don't hate this. I think you're right.
Yeah, but I feel like he reiterated himself twice. I feel like he said the same thing before that title screen came on, and then he said pretty much the same thing the second time around. Like, we're going to get into it, And then he's saying we're going to get into it again. So now we're almost like almost a minute in, and he still hasn't gotten into anything.
Right. We still haven't really gotten to much. Here we go. So about 1 minute in, he finally gets to, I think he's getting to the content. Yeah, I would say that I
get to the point more.
Yeah, I would have liked a stronger hook and something more like top golf places, or these are the best golf courses in Southwest Florida. Like I'm saying best golf courses in Southwest Florida is more aggressive than saying golf options in Southwest Florida, right? One of those is definitely going to get clicked on a lot more. But I think your presence on camera looks great.
All he needs to do is rescript. Like I would actually you have this. I would take even the same information you just gave. You didn't really you did this in May 2021. I'd redo this whole video. I would do top 10 golf courses. I would script it out and almost basically say the same thing you did before, but look at this video in a completely different way. And I bet you it does it 10 times better. This is you really do have good presence. And I think you have something going with the idea of this video. I just think it needs to be presented a little bit different.
And I'll say that I am seeing almost no B-roll whatsoever in this video. It's all talking head for 10 minutes. I'm willing to bet that golf people probably want to see the golf courses. They probably want to see the different places. And even if you just had pictures of those places, I think it would do a lot better.
And there's a service called Storyblocks. There's also another service called Pixabay. And there's another one called Pexels. They're all copyright-free services. Now, Storyblocks you have to pay for, but it gives you music, photographs, and B-roll type, high-quality 4K images. I use it all the time. Pixabay and Pexels is free. You don't have to. Then you might have to do some attributions at the bottom, which I do. I have it at the bottom of all my videos in the description. You can add that from the golf courses. It doesn't really matter if it wasn't the golf course that you're talking about. I mean, it's green grass. Nobody really cares, and nobody's gonna be like, "That's in Scotland. Way to go!" Unless he's being a dingleberry. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I would do.
Yeah, I agree. And so I don't know if it's proper, but for years, I just take images, even if they are copyrighted, and I use them in my videos. I've never, ever, ever had an issue with that.
I do too.
Yeah, I've never had an issue.
I also when I make, because when I do images, I'll take the one image because they usually don't fit in the frame of the computer. So I'll take the one image and I'll blow it up in the full frame of that photograph, and I'll have it pushing one direction. Then I'll take the other photograph and have it pushing the other direction. So it gives it that movement to the photograph. So everybody's they never even imagine that it's not a photograph. They know, they're like, oh, that's cool.
I do that too. Every time I use an image, I always have some sort of movement, left to right or in and out or up and down. There's always some sort of movement. It's not just a static image. And another thing so there are some photographers out there that do have copyrights on their images, and they can do reverse image searches, make sure people are not illegally using those. They're not that often, but there are some people that do that. So what I do sometimes I'll go to something like Google reviews of a place or Travelocity and look at consumer photos that people have taken on their cell phones and just kind of uploaded to one of these sites. Because I know
exactly right.
Yeah, because those people are never going to be doing reverse image searches. You have a 99.9999% chance you're perfectly fine using those images. And that's where I get a lot of my pictures from.
I go to Facebook. I go to go to Facebook, and if they have it on their Facebook business page, those are non-copyrighted images that put it on there. I love the Ken Burns effect. Who doesn't? Ken Burns, it's a classic. It was so funny. I didn't realize, obviously Ken Burns is a real person, but there was a master class with Ken Burns. I'm like, oh my God, look at him. He's a real person. I thought he was a dead guy. He's alive and kicking.
That reference is totally over my head. Who the heck is Ken Burns?
A parent
reporter?
No. There is a Ken Burns effect. So that's where you see where it slightly moves up on a picture or slightly moves down. He created that effect. It's his effect that's named after him. Ken Burns. So like there was a masterclass that was coming up, and sure enough, it was him. I was like, I thought this guy was obviously dead for years because I mean, it's really not that great of an effect, but apparently it was so revolutionary at the time that they named it after him.
Yeah,
So,
that seems pretty simple.
yeah, he's a documentary maker.
I want to get so if I have images that move diagonally, are we going to call that the Malcolm Lawson effect?
No, I think he owns that one too. I still think that falls on that same Ken Burns effect.
Probably about 30 years too late on that one.
Yeah, way to go, Malcolm.
All right, everybody. I think this is a good place to end. I got a pack. Kristina's got a pack. We're gonna meet up and mastermind tomorrow. Give her a big high five in
What
real
time do you
life.
get in?
I don't know. I'd have to look.
I think I get in at either get in at 3 or 6. I'm not 100% sure. It's either 3 o'clock or 6 o'clock. What do you have any idea? Any clue?
I think it's around noon sometime. I think I have to be at the airport at like 7 a.m. So
I have to be there at 6 a.m.
What?
6 a.m.
You tell us they can't be that far from you. It's only like
Because I'm taking Delta, so I have to take one flight to like Las Vegas, and then I have to take another flight to Utah.
Of course.
And then I go to Salt Lake, and then I go into what's that other one? St. George. Salt Lake, then St. George.
Yeah, St. George in Utah. And near Zion, that's where I'm going. You are awesome audience member.
Yes. Awesome. Facebook user.
All right,
Thank you.
everybody. We're
Awesome.
going to try to do this every week again. We used to do this weekly. I got out of the practice, but we're going to try to do this.
It was Malcolm's fault. I always was ready. I'm always ready. It's his fault.
It was. Oh, well. All right. I will see you tomorrow. We'll see all of you next week. Our brains are going to be overloading with YouTube knowledge next week. It's going to be
We're going to ooze it.
over years.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're big.
We'll have to work with you on your VidCon presentation. Like you could practice it on some of that stuff on us.
I am, there's things I know about myself that I'm very self-aware of. And one of the things is that I'm a horrible public speaker. So I'm actually going to be hiring a public speaking coach so I can get my thoughts across, because I want to make this, I want people to walk away from this talk that I give and go, damn, that was good. I learned a lot from that.
Good. I want to learn.
Yeah. So
I always want to learn.
Because I'm a dingbat and I'm like goofy as hell. So I know that when I get up there, I'm going to be like a deer in headlights and just diarrhea of the mouth and nothing's going to come out. So I'm going to practice.
You're only sharing a stage with like Mr. Beast and,
some of the greatest, biggest, most minds of YouTube. Just,
Yeah, that's it. No pressure whatsoever. All right, everybody.
Bye.
Bye, everybody.
Later.